It is Monster Week at Fenway, and the Red Sox entertain the Atlanta Braves, who lead the NL East by 8.5. Rangers Suarez, Spencer Strider in Game 1 atop the Green Monster, 37 feet 2 inches tall, 231 feet wide. And this is our broadcast booth tonight. Dave O'Brien alongside Lou Merloni and also Jemiah Webster somewhere down there. Great to have you with us. We look to the right of us and we can remember Carlton Fisk off the foul pole. We look downstairs. We see in our mind's eye Manny Ramirez coming through the door after an unscheduled pit stop. That and many, many other memories.
Oh, there's so many memories here. I mean, you remember being up here for 2004 for that run. You know, I was with Cleveland. I came back here for the postseason. I had some seats up here. They were nice enough to give them to me to watch some of those exciting games against the New York Yankees. And being up here is it's fantastic view. And this happened last year while we were here. Nate Eaton hit a ball off the ladder, and I remember thinking, we're the only spot where we couldn't see it. Like, I can't lean over this Green Monster that far because, you know, it is 37 feet up high. But that was a great moment here last year. It actually got this team going a little bit. So hopefully Monster Week has the same effect.
Well, Red Sox hoping their pitching staff will get things rolling. And tonight it's Rangers Suarez against Strider, as mentioned. All through the week, really good pitching duels.
Yeah, really good. They gave Sale a couple extra days, which they're going to do here in the second half. But you look at this matchup, Strider now making his 5th start off the IL, and the other two guys, Elder and Sale, have been 2 of the better pitchers this year in the National League. And of course, you got your guys lined up. I mean, Ranger Suarez throwing the ball really well. 1.12 ERAs last 7 starts. Conley early, Peyton Tolley. So that last game is really something, right? Sale versus Tolley. Hopefully, maybe you got the series wrapped up by then, but still another great pitching performance or just matchups here tonight.
We'll chat with Peyton a little bit later. The wall, it is the first thing you see when you enter Fenway Park. It's the signature of the ballpark itself, and we will celebrate the Green Monster throughout the week. So many moments here, and of course, Wally calls it home on a nightly basis. Red Sox and Atlanta on the most beautiful night of the year, coming your way from Fenway next.
We have new members to
Spolon Nesson, brought to you by Audi. Visit your New England area Audi dealer today. WB Mason, get free next day business delivery from your local hometown team. By Plymouth Rock, auto and home insurance for Boston sports fans. And by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Sox and Braves Game 1 coming your way. Jemai Webster back in the fold with us from Monster Week. And right at the foot of the wall, we find Jemai tonight.
No better place to be than here tonight, OB. We'll be at the Munster all week. Looking forward to some fantastic things from here. But I had a chance to have a conversation with Mickey Gasper, who is making his 14th appearance for the Red Sox since being recalled from AAA Worcester on May the 7th. Now, Mickey has been doing an incredible job in front of and behind the plate. And tonight he gets to catch Ranger Suarez, batting .324 over this span. So the Red Sox are beginning creative to get him inside the lineup. And the same story is here tonight. But as I talk to Mick, he says his focus, get Ranger through this outing. It's been a while since we actually had a chance to do this. I don't know if we've ever had it. So I appreciate you taking the time, man. You're behind the plate again tonight. First time catching somebody other than Peyton Tolley. What's the differences with Ranger Suarez back there?
I mean, you know, Tolley's a little more of a center up and let him, you know, throw it through your mask. And, you know, Ranger's going to go work the edges and, you know, pitch across the whole plate. So just trying to get on the same page with him, how he wants me to set up, where he wants me to set up and all that. So looking forward to it. Yeah,
he's got such a vast arsenal, right? And you never know what's working on any particular night. But what is the approach with him behind the plate because of the fact that he pitches? He's not going to blow you away with stuff, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to get on the same page with him. You know, how he wants to sequence, how he wants to work different pitches in, out, up, down. You know, it's just a little bit more of a finer game plan with how he works versus, you know, how some of the other guys have caught. You know, like I said, he wants to throw it right through me.
Right. So you're another one of the guys on this team who has shown defensive versatility. We've seen you play everywhere, but how much at home do you feel behind the plate?
I love catching. It's, you know, it's a chess match back there. You know, you're reading swings. You're into every pitch. You know, no matter what the at-bat situation is, you know, you have to lead and carry the team on the defensive side of the ball, and I take a lot of pride in that, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I like catching so much.
So we were with you from your journey when you debuted here with the Red Sox during that first stint, but how much different is this stint now being back with the team from your perspective?
It's just a you know, much higher level of comfortability. You know, I got to spend a camp with all these guys. Got to work with them each and every day throughout March and February. So, you know, I'm just feeling at home, feeling comfortable with the guys here.
You spent a lot of time in Worcester in both sense, really, and Chad Tracy talks very highly of you and your ability as a baseball player, your at-bats, everything at the plate, just your efficiency there. How much does having Trace here just allow you to kind of play your game a little bit more freely?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice having a manager that's seen you at your best. You know, unfortunately, my stint here in 2024 with AC, you know, I was grinding through it, putting a little too much pressure on myself. But, you know, Trace has seen me when I'm in my flow, when I'm in my groove, and, you know, just coming to work every day. And so, you know, it definitely helps. But, you know, at the same time, I got to go out there and do it and, you know, play with confidence, play hard, and give the Red Sox best chance to win a game.
How dialed is the approach right now?
You know, I'm feeling good. I'm just focusing on seeing the ball and putting a good swing on it. You know, I had Hetz at the beginning of the year in AAA, so I've been getting a lot of work in with him. And, you know, just really honing in on the trajectory machine down there, trying to get, you know, putting myself in as many live situations as I can.
And, of course, Mickey has hit safely in 7 of his 8 starts with the Red Sox, looking to bring it on both sides of the plate and looking to recreate the stash magic that he and Peyton Tolley had with Ranger Suarez tonight. It is Monster Week. This is the kickoff. Red Sox and Braves, Game 1 from Fenway in just a bit.
Baseball.
Baseball on NESN brought to you by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com today. Playing with Heart. Learn more about the risks of bad cholesterol at playingwithheart.com. And by Subaru of New England. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. What a night here for game number one. Absolutely gorgeous. Now Peyton Tolley welcoming us into Monster Week with a fun game of Mad Libs.
Weary. Time after midnight, 12:01. Christopher Cross. Acting. Red seat. Anger.
If you want to just start there at the top.
Absolutely.
Then we do the story for us.
After a weary day of baseball and Fenway goes dark, the Green Monster can't sleep. But just when it's finally about to doze off around 12:01, Wally takes over the aux and starts blasting Christopher Cross from the ballpark speakers. And Fenway After Dark is bumping. Wally and Tessie start acting around the diamond and hang decorations from the red seat. Confused and angered by the commotion, suddenly the Green Monster gets startled by a flash. Wally prints out a Polaroid, writes down a quick note, and hands it back to the Green Monster, revealing his masterpiece. Welcome to Monster Week.
Peyton, a good sport. He's also going to put a headset on in a couple of innings and join us from the dugout as well. He's got a big one coming up, and that'll be against Chris Sale on Thursday afternoon. So all three of these games with outstanding pitching matchups. Chris Sale, a little more gray in that beard than we saw last time. He's wearing a Red Sox uniform for sure, but in between, after the trade, he's won a Cy Young, and he continues to be one of the most dominating pitchers in all of baseball. So we take a look at the Blue Moon bright spot and the Green Monster games as we've been coming up here. Red Sox haven't lost. So I guess we've been some of a good luck charm. 3-0 and hit the ball too, including some home runs, Lou.
Look at this. I'll tell you what, the wind's blowing out here today, so I don't know if you brought your glove or not, but you keep the ball in the ballpark if you're a Ranger and get the ball in the air if you're the Sox.
But just a perfect night here for game number one. Feels like summer is finally upon us. Temperature right now 82 at the ballpark.
Couldn't ask for a better night. It's like the gods were looking down. They knew it was Monster Week. They knew we'd be on the Monster. Give them the best night so far of the season, which I think it is at this point. Finally, you kind of come here and it's a comfortable night to watch a game of baseball.
Well, taking on a tough one. Braves are an awfully good baseball team in all phases of the game. That's the right-hander Spencer Strider. Red Sox have already seen him once, but he's 2-0. An ERA of 3. The Red Sox are at their low water mark of 8 games under 500 at 22-30. And the Red Sox have not been 9 games under since the late stages of the 2022 season. After the series where they just got swept by the Minnesota Twins, Red Sox getting only 3 runs a game at home. And only the Texas Rangers at 2.9 have scored fewer on average in their home ballpark.
Well, you got to figure this thing out. I mean, the last 18 games at Fenway, you're 4-14. Now, this past weekend against Minnesota, it was something different, right? There wasn't that normal blueprint of winning and losing. You scored some runs. You gave it up late. A couple of guys that, you know, you figure are going to shut it down. It's Slayton and Whitlock. It's going to happen. It's a long year. Those things will happen. Chapman will blow a save. It's just the timing of it with the start. It was gut-wrenching, really, weekend here against the Twins.
Well, Ranger taking the Red Sox out onto the diamond, 2-2, ERA of 2.40. And labored against Kansas City last time out, only 4 1/3. He gave up 1 run. He was very candid about it. He said, I didn't have anything in that start. But here's a look at the Braves lineup, an awfully good one he'll face tonight. It's presented by Xfinity, and they have Ronald Acuna Jr. back in the lineup. He did not face the Sox in Atlanta. He was injured at the time. Dubon and then Olson, who has hit 14 home runs. That is one thing Atlanta does a lot of. They are #1 in the National League in home runs hit.
Take a look at the Red Sox starting pitcher. It's brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. 30-year-old Ranger Suarez been throwing the ball really well here lately. 9 starts. Record's only 2-2, but that 2.40 ERA at 43 strikeouts in 48 innings. As for his arsenal, he's going to lead with that sinker. It's going to sit around 91. Really good cutter and four-seam to stand up some righties. Good changeup. Nice curveball when it gets going. It's a big swing and miss pitch for him. Defensively for the Red Sox, brought to you by Car Shield. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he'll be at third base with Meyer and Sogard up the middle. Contreras at first. The outfield left to right. Duran, Rafaela, Abreu with Mickey Gasper doing the catching.
Umpires tonight presented by M&T Bank. Alex Tassi has home plate. Jordan Baker's at first. Willie Traynor, the umpire, at second. Jansen Visconti will take care of the calls at third. We're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Weather couldn't be finer. Gorgeous sky there. 82 degrees, mostly clear tonight. The wind is blowing in our direction on top of the monster seat. So see what that portends here for game number 1. Atlanta is without Drake Baldwin in their lineup. He really hurt the Red Sox in Atlanta. He's injured right now. See what difference that makes.
Big loss. He killed you down in Atlanta. 303 with 13 homers, 38 RBIs, threatened the leadoff spot. But so isn't this guy here, Acuna.
Walt Weiss, the manager, and we're set for the left-hander's first pitch. Ranger Suarez. Big swing and a miss, and we're underway.
He said he felt like he didn't really have anything in that last game, but kind of no early for him, just kind of locate. That Kansas City game, a little bit all over the place.
Bat goes flying. Marcelo on target. Acuna Jr. an out with a ground ball to short, and that'll bring up Dubon. When he's good, he'll come flat out and say, I was terrific in that start. When he's bad, he's the first guy to say, I really stunk.
Oh, with him, he's just off when he's bad. He's just off a little bit, right? It's rather than an inch or two off the dish, it's 5 or 6 taken for a ball. But he gets a lot of that right there. Bad contact when he is right.
Dubon, the batter, 259 with 3 home runs. Playing left field tonight, and then the very dangerous Matt Olson. They've got a few dangerous guys, more than a few in their lineup. And on the pop-up, Sogard out, coming on Cedon to make the play, and 2 down. Now, even though he didn't have anything in his own mind, Red Sox still won the game 7-1. He kind of gutted his way through 4 1/3, 81 pitches, a lot for him. But the Red Sox won it.
Yeah, he avoided some stuff, right? But still 1 run. Now, the first 2 outings, remember, it was 4 innings, but it was 4 runs a whack, right? He didn't feel right coming out of camp. Since then, his last 7 have been really good. One little blip against the Yankees, but other than that, you can't really complain. A 1.12 ERA his last 7 starts.
Yeah, that goes back to April 11. 7 starts. It's the lowest ERA in baseball over that time. Olson will pop that one up. Kiner-Falefa will watch it sail off into the stands.
It's a great view up here. We don't get to watch the game from over here. Usually it's right behind home plate. You're kind of behind Ranger Suarez. You can kind of see the location. You can see the pitches, the infield reaction to it. It's right in front of you.
Olson, 14 home runs driven and 42 runs. He's had a tremendous season so far for the Braves. And again, leading their division. Ozzie Albies on deck. Suarez trying to make it a 1-2-3 start here in the top of the first inning. And a ground ball snagged there at third. Kiner-Falefa up and over. And on 8 pitches, Ranger Suarez right in the groove immediately, gets a 1-2-3. Great K-Men, BostonKmen.org. The Red Sox lineup brought to you by Plymouth Rock. It goes Duran, Rafaela, Abreu, and then Wilson Contreras, just named the American League Player of the Week. Congrats to Wilson, 458, with a couple of home runs as well.
Brave starting pitcher presented by WB Mason. 27-year-old Spencer Strider making his 5th start of the year, and he has been really good. The Braves have won all 4 of his starts. His arsenal, that fastball is riding 96, 97. The slider's a really good one. Curveball, changeup. He leaned slider, fastball against the Red Sox. Got a lot of swing and miss with those 2 pitches.
Gave up 1 run in 5 1/3 against the Sox May 15 in Atlanta. The Braves won that in 10, 3-2. Jarren Duran hitting 193. He had that great series in Kansas City, unable to duplicate that anywhere near in the following series against Minnesota. He's going to tag this one. He rips it down the line. He socks that one, and that ball is out of here. His 7th home run of the season. A rude greeting for Strider. And the Red Sox quickly get on the scoreboard. He looked ready to hit.
Okay. Well, 0-1 going to come back with that fastball? I don't think so. Duran jumps all over. You know, there were some struggles here at Fenway Park lately for Jarren Duran. Had the great road trip, but this ballpark hasn't quite figured that thing out. But he leaned into this thing, pole side, get the Sox on the board quick.
Red Sox home run presented by your New England area Audi dealers. Will it be that kind of night? Duran tags this one.
Well, 0-1, he's going to come right back with another heater. This one leaks inner half, and you just don't want to do that to Jarren. That fastball 4-seamer in, he's handling.
Cedon will take a ball, 278, 4 home runs for Rafaela. Another look.
Still got that leg kick, but this ball was smoked. He knew it off the bat.
That's what he looked like against the Royals. There's a high fly ball. That one down the line into the corner. And that ball is gone. Home run. Red Sox go back-to-back out of the gate against Strider. His 5th.
Should have been out here all year. I like it out here, Obi. Kidding me? 2 hitters, 2 bombs. Let's stay out here the rest of the year.
I'm with you, especially if the weather's like this.
I mean, this is a hanging breaking ball. You saw the guy 5 days ago, right? And he dominated you with fastball slider. I mean, there was a ton of 16 swing and miss, and a lot of it on those 2 pitches. So you had an idea how he wanted to attack you. And the first 2 guys have jumped all over him.
Well, now Willier trying to make it 3 for 3, and he drives this one into the outfield. That'll be made on the warning track for out number 1. Red Sox coming out swinging the sticks. And back to Cedon's blast.
It's that hanging breaking ball, the slider. I mean, it's a bad pitch. I mean, 83 miles an hour. It's up in the zone. Really didn't do much. Still got to hit it. Cedon puts a beautiful swing on it. That's good for a point. Sox up 2-0.
Second time this season the Red Sox have gone back-to-back. Before you ever get to Contreras, 281 with 11 home runs to lead the ball club. And swinging immediately, he'll pop this up. Riley will put that away and 2 down. And Yoshida will climb in next. Red Sox are not waiting around against Strider.
Strider faced 19 hitters last game, 12 first pitch strikes. As I mentioned, it was 50% fastballs, 33% sliders. So he pretty much threw these 2 pitches the whole time and attacked the zone. It's like the Red Sox game plan, not waiting around and attacking him.
Atlanta's won all 4 of his starts since he came back from an oblique injury. But they've scored a ton of runs for him, too. Might have to tonight. That's in there for strike. Masataka 263 with 1 home run. Red Sox quickly in front, 2-0. Mickey Gasper, who gets the catch tonight, is on deck. And a swing and a miss to put him away for strike 3. But the Red Sox blasted out of the gate, take a 2-0 lead over Atlanta.
Welcome to the Surfside second inning. Red Sox on top 2-0. You love to see that, and you love to see this. Another step in the right direction in Garrett Crochet's rehab, guys. Might even call this a major step for Crochet as he took the main mound here at Fenway Park this afternoon for the first time since he left, or he had the left shoulder inflammation after that start in Baltimore April 24th. It was a one-inning live batting practice. Afterwards, Garrett told us that it was nice to be able to check this box. He thought the bullpens were going poorly. He had one of those in Kansas City. He said he's not just a bullpen guy. So cranking up that intensity, escaping that red dummy in the bullpen was a plus for him. Getting in there and competing and have everything feel good with his body, his mechanics, something he talked about as well. But he'll probably be in line for another one of those, but this is making him get closer to actually the Red Sox again, a major piece to what they're trying to do this year, guys.
Yeah, very big deal for Garrett Crochet today. Great to see him out there doing what he does. Red Sox have missed him tremendously.
Yeah, it'll be the build-up now. You know how they go about it. Maybe 2 or 3 inning rehab, then get him up to about 4 or 5 innings, and maybe cut him loose.
One man out. Albies with a ground ball to third brings up Austin Riley. 223 hitter, 8 home runs for the big third baseman. The Boston Braves played their home games at Fenway Park at one time in 1914 in the World Series that year, and again in the regular season in 1915, awaiting the completion of Braves Field. Been a lot of attempts to make this a rivalry, like a scintillating rivalry.
Last weekend was the big rivalry weekend.
Yeah.
It was like Battle of Boston. I don't know if too many people think of that, but you know what? It worked. Whatever. Good team, good games.
Missed there on Riley. Eli White on deck and out challenge.
Pitcher called the ball. Pitcher is challenging.
Ranger kind of had enough there. A couple of balls he threw off that plate, but this I don't think came back and got it. It's the reason why pitchers don't want to do this too often. That's off the dish.
Pitcher the ball. Boston has 1 challenge remaining.
Yeah.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. So Red Sox lose 1 left. And he'll be downstairs for ball 4. So Austin Riley becomes their first base runner tonight. He'll take the walk. And one of the fastest guys in baseball next.
I think like challenges sometimes are kind of like golf. You know, you're going to use a mulligan, and then you hit it in the woods anyway. And you're like, well, that was a waste.
It should be a standing rule. Pitchers should not be allowed to do it, huh?
No. Because their heads turning and everything looks like a strike by the time they look up. The catcher's framing it.
And the percentage-wise for most pitchers, not too good on their challenges.
You hope the challenge one. You've seen it in this league. You know, you challenge strike 3, you get the call reversed. Next pitch, you hit a double. That's the way it's supposed to work. It's ideal.
White, 227 hitter. He can really fly. He's hit a couple of home runs.
He's got to just bring it back a little bit in that outside corner. These ones just off. Probably his 3rd or 4th one here this inning, where it's just off that outside corner. Just got to bring it in an inch or 2.
Little lob toss over, and Riley easily back in. This is an Atlanta team that hits a ton of home runs. Only the Yankees have hit more in all of Major League Baseball.
They really don't run a lot.
Into center field. Cedon makes the catch. Just below us. And out number 2.
Win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. You can buy tickets at redsox.com/50-50 through the 8th inning of tonight's game for a chance to win half of the jackpot. See official rules for full details.
As a kid, you would have loved to have sat out here, right?
Man. Just that. Just like a low line drive. It's kind of hit right at us, and you see Cedon run underneath it.
Gives you a real good appreciation for the jumps that outfielders get sitting out here. Michael Harris, a center fielder, 289 with power, 11 home runs. Great view there. Cedon swatting flies. Runner on at first. And across for a strike. Harris, former Rookie of the Year. Was born in the Atlanta area. His mom was a special ed teacher in Fulton County in the school system.
Having an outstanding start here.
Grew up just a couple blocks away from Turner Field. Cedon's got a pest problem out there.
Yeah, I know what we got. I'm not getting anything up here. I'm very comfortable, in case he was wondering.
Wrap foul. Now Ranger Suarez very used to pitching against Atlanta. It's his 14th career start against the Braves, the most of anyone he's faced. 4-4, 3.38 ERA against the Braves. Two down, a man on. And a ground ball, base hit. Heading into second, stopping there, Riley. And Harris, who's had an excellent season so far, he is aboard for the first time tonight at Fenway.
Was a little change up, kind of middle, maybe wanted a little bit more outside. Wilson keeping the runner close, not able to get off in time. That's it too far away from him. And you got a little bit of a jam here to try to get this third out.
Ha-Seong Kim, the shortstop, hitting just a .118 without a home run. Sandy Leon is on deck, former Sox catcher.
The Rangers just off here this inning. That little cutter just up. He's having trouble arm side. That side of the plate, just off the plate, kind of missed the location last 2 or 3 hitters.
He got off to a quick start with only 8 pitches. That one's fouled back out of play by Kim. Well, he's walked a man and given up a base hit here in the second. Red Sox ahead 2-0 on back-to-back home runs to start it by Jarren Duran and Cedon Rafaela. And a 1-1. Late on that swing.
I was a little surprised Mickey got the behind the dish here tonight.
Yeah. No.
Tracy before the game talked about offense. He wanted his bat and Yoshida's bat in the lineup. He's caught Peyton Tolley 3 times in the minors and up here now, but he hasn't caught Ranger. And you know Ranger always wants to grab it and go, right? Needs to be on the same page with his catcher.
Fouled back again. Jemai asked him in the pregame interview, like, what's the difference between catching Ranger Suarez and Peyton Tolley? He said, well, number one, Peyton wants to throw it right through my face mask. To start with that. We're going to have a headset on the entertaining youngster when we're in the bottom of the second inning. Look forward to that, facing Chris Sale this week. Swing and a miss. He gets him. Struck him out. Kim down hacking and 2 left. 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. We're really happy to have Peyton Tolley joining us on a headset inside the Red Sox dugout. You say, Peyton, you're already getting some funny looks down there, though.
Yeah, I got Connolly and Matt Jones over here giving me crazy looks, but you know, he can come over here and talk too if he wants to, but he's not gonna.
Now, I'm glad we've got you on for a couple of minutes because obviously you've got a terrific start coming up against Chris Sale. That's a great matchup there between the two of you. I wonder if you think about the other guy very much before an outing like that. Who is in the other dugout as he's getting ready to work too?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I would say like it's fun to share the mound, but you also got to understand that I'm not facing Chris. I don't have the game plan against Chris Sale today, which is great. So it's you think about it. It's cool. That was a direct shot from Connolly, but you just gotta. It's fun. Take advantage of like, okay, this is cool. Like last year against Skeens, I got that one. So been able to be a part of some cool ones and creates for a good environment.
You know, Peyton, Mickey Gasper up now. He told Jeremiah before the game catching Suarez that he asked what the difference was with you. He said that you try to throw the ball through his face mask.
Yeah.
Is that the game plan?
Yeah. For the most part, especially on heaters, 4s and 2s. I know Narvi has a little dot on his forehead. With Mickey, I think it's just trying to like, can I give him a black eye through the face mask? So
there you go.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to throw it through him, trying to push him back. But yeah, so I love Mickey. It's been fun to throw to him.
Mickey taking ball 4, and Sogard the hitter as we chat with Peyton Tolley, a 2.45 ERA as he gets ready to pitch on Thursday afternoon here against an Atlanta team you just saw recently and pitched a great game. 8 innings. Wasn't all about strikeouts. He really pitched in that game. I wonder, when you look back on that, what do you take from that moving into Thursday when you see him again?
Yeah, I mean, this will be the first time that I get a team twice in 1 year. So it's going to be a little bit of a learning experience. It's going to like continue to do what I do of attacking the zone. You know, I think that they wanted to get early swings on me, ambush stuff. And so it's like taking it and then adjusting on the fly with what the game calls for. So excited for it. You know, you always look forward to an opportunity against a good team like this.
You know, Peyton, you came into camp and it was like, okay, let's see all the talk, right? Let's see the secondaries. Brought in a sinker, and it seemed like it clicked right away. Like in camp, it was impressive. I'm curious, a year ago today compared to Peyton Tolley today, the pitcher. What is the biggest difference in your mind?
Well, about 2,000 miles from Greenville, South Carolina to here, but it's also just being able to have secondaries to rely on instead of just it was the slider last year, it's the cutter this year. Kind of they have the same thought in my mind, but just trying to I'm able to pitch a little bit more, and it's less about can I hit 100 today, and more about, okay, what are we going to do whenever we get a guy 1-1 and he's seen 2 heaters, and like, how are we going to get him off? Like, it's more well-rounded. I'm still learning. I don't know what I'm doing out there half the time. I leave that up to Mickey, Wong, and Narvi. So, you know, just continuing to refine tools. So,
Chat with Peyton Tolley. He'll throw against Chris Sale on Thursday. As you're moving around town, I wonder if you have had the opportunity to kind of, you know, pop into a Dunkin' Donuts or a favorite lunch spot or something like that and get to, you know, talk to Bostonians and Red Sox fans, because you're becoming a very popular guy.
Oh.
That one's going to be smoked. That
Pesky.
one down the line. And he hooked it just a little too much.
I think we need a home run with Peyton on the mic.
Okay,
Darn right we do.
I gotta say, I think my dad's watching. We got the Roman home run whenever he was on the call, so I can't let him have that one over.
All right. So you promise now, if someone launches another one, you're going to be all over that. We want to hear that.
Yeah, well, I'll try. I was telling me and Connolly did a little question and answer thing today, and I said, one thing, what do you want to do that you haven't done yet? I said, well, I want to call a ball game at one point. So you know, maybe here in
a long time. I'm up there on the Monster with you guys, and
wow.
You know, we can shift Lou to Light Tower, Light Tower Lou.
Light Tower Lou over here. I love that.
I never had Light Tower Power, so I never even knew what that phrase was.
Are you feeling around town? People are really taken to you as a pitcher and a personality with the Red Sox?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is nice. I think it's, a lot of time it's you're the mustache guy, or hey, I saw a guy at the mall the other day, and he said, I know you from somewhere. Who do you play for? And I said the Bruins. So he's like, I knew it. But so yeah, it's been fun. I'm just happy to be part of it.
Peyton, I look forward to watching. We all do on Thursday against Crystal. Thanks for doing this. We appreciate it very much. Peyton Tolley with us. Sox up 2-0. A Rodenheiser Home Services is now serving South Shore and surrounding communities, local and family owned since 1928. You can schedule right now. David Lou with you from the Monster seats. That's us. Lou standing, waiting for one because he's not even wearing a glove, but he's ready to go. Red Sox have already hit 2 to open the ball game. A couple of home runs. Last back-to-back home runs for the Red Sox to start a game at Fenway, July 27, 2011. Ellsbury and Pedroia against Kansas City.
Yeah. Record-setting offense this year. Can I tell you? Nice to see getting out of the gate, those two guys. Give Ranger Suarez a nice little cushion and get kind of doing what he does well.
Sandy Leon the batter, followed by Acuna Jr. and Mauricio Dubon. Our thanks to Peyton Tolley, who's terrific. We've got to grab him for a spring training game, don't we?
He's fun.
In Fort Myers, just do the game with us.
It's just how he always is. Like always. Clubhouse, yes. We're standing around the field pregame, during BP.
That is his personality. Whether he's wearing a headset or not, but I love the idea that he's thought about it. Wants to put you on the light tower.
Yeah, what the heck?
You're not that thrilled with that.
Why not? I don't know. You got to lock me in, secure me in, but and every once in a while you got to just kind of stand up next to him to just remind yourself how big he is.
Yes, he's a large human being. Sandy hitting 111 without a home run. Member of the 2018 Red Sox World Championship team. And Suarez, foul ball there at home plate. Well, the Hall of Famer Jim Rice going to be joining us
There's a few things about this wall.
Just a couple. Played in front of that wall many, many times. Became an expert at it. And Suarez home with a 2-2 to Sandy Leon. He serves that one right at Marcelo Meyer. One out in the third.
And Marcelo back at shortstop for the second straight game, although, you know, that Sunday wasn't exactly the cleanest thing to kind of get introduced back to a position. Right? Raining all game long. Feel like you finally have a game. You're going short sleeves. You can enjoy it. It's probably really starting to feel like home here now at short.
Acuna Jr. 0 for 1. He is grounded out to the shortstop. I don't know, any list you put together, 3 or 4 best players in Major League Baseball, he's on that list. When he's healthy, he is an absolute terror. Has not been completely healthy this year.
Yeah, when healthy, right? Tools wise, maybe the best all-around player in the game, right? With a Bobby Witt, say, type, but just can do everything.
You talk about the best player in Major League Baseball. Yeah, he's on that list. Whether he's number 1 or a healthy Shohei Ohtani is number 1.
I kind of feel like we're on the no Shohei list. Like, we know what he is.
Yeah, fair enough. This guy can steal bases, hit for power, hit for average, got a tremendous arm. Snapped a 27-game on base streak in Saturday's game. And a 2-2 from the lefty. Braves at 36-18. Lately, they're having some difficulty scoring runs.
Well, Baldwin's a big loss. You argue he was your best hitter for average.
Check swing. Oh, the appeal, and down he goes. A strikeout victim. He went too far, 2 down. Second strikeout for Ranger.
This is what Rangers, you know, you're looking at him, and you know the fastball is going to be, you know, in that 92 range. But he locates it right up and in. He stands guys up with it, and he gets swings like that, like the previous one that was foul, that just by guys. Just knows how to set you up.
Shot down the line, and a foul ball off the bat of Dubon. Wally very much at home, and I mean that literally.
He's trying to take your job, Obi. Doing play-by-play here and everything.
And by the way, sounds tremendous. I think that one dunked into the outfield and scooped up by Abreu, and Dubon is on. That'll be just the second hit tonight for Atlanta. Dubon aboard in front of Matt Olson.
Well, we are sitting on his house. He lives here, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah,
right underneath. God only knows. I've never actually been there. Have you been inside the wall?
Yeah.
You signed it?
Oh yeah. You have to. After you kind of, the shock and awe that you're sitting here playing for the Boston Red Sox, at some point you're like, you know what, in a couple of days I'm going to just take a little jaunt out there during BP, before BP. Check it all out.
Slicer foul out of play. Did you go and look for a signature and thought to yourself, my God, that player signed right there?
Yeah, you just kind of look around at some of the names, you know, that, oh, let's be honest, half of them you don't know who they are, right? You ever see like a baseball signed 30 years ago? You have no clue who it is. You hopefully can remember.
Total mess. Fouled again off into the seats.
But it's just something you got to do. There it is.
Dubon with the lead at first. And downstairs on Olson. Matt Olson tied for first in the majors in extra base hits. Number 1 in doubles. He's 3rd in total bases. He is 9th in home runs with 14. Shot down the line, but foul.
See, that's what I'm talking about with that four-seamer. 92. That's just him fighting it off. That's by him. You think it's 98. But the slider, the changeup, little cutters, sinkers, keeps you off balance.
That one ran up and in and got him. No place to hide for Olson as he gets plunked. That'll put runners at first and second. So it's been very much an in and out outing so far for Ranger. And now a couple of base runners.
He's lost it out of the hand. Looked like he kind of wanted this thing away too, and just off Olson and got Mickey right in the ribs too.
Second baseman,
So the second baseman, Albies, 0 for 1. He's tapped to third. Ranger, a bit of a bind last inning, a walk and a base hit, got out of that with a strikeout. Albies with 8 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Another guy who's been a fine player when he's been healthy. He's been an all-star, Silver Slugger winner. He'll look at a strike.
That's a good pitch. You see Albies, that back foot almost looks like it's over the line, but he still kind of strides to open. Whereas Contreras is on the line, he kind of stays closed, but that'll stand you up a little bit.
1-1 from the left-hander. Got him lunging and pops that up at Ceddanne Rafaela to get out of the inning. Despite a couple of base runners, Red Sox still on top 2-0. The third inning, we're going to get serious up here in the monster seats. David Lou with the Sox in front 2-0. Chef Ron's joining us along with Wally, who's opened the door to the kitchen. And we've got some stuff we're going to chow down on in a big way. Great to see you, Ron.
Good to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, get into this a little bit because there's some good eating here about to take place.
Well, I heard you guys crying for me to come up last week, so I heard the call out. Had to be here, so we brought out a bunch of our new items that anybody in the ballpark can get. Lou's already grabbed the lobster poutine.
Yeah, he did.
And I know you've heard about that.
Yeah.
Luke's Lobster from Maine, Cavendish fries, some smoked bacon, some chives. Yeah, we also have the green monster fry. This is Wally's favorite. It's the only one we brought back from last year.
Well, we're in his house, so we need to respect that.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you for the food, Wally. I know you still in-house dining.
Cavendish fries with homemade chili, cheese sauce. pickled jalapenos, and a little bit of sour cream, guys. Got some good spice on it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that one.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard a lot about the lobster poutine. And I just saw the lobster tails, the lobster claws over here, so I just wanted to make sure I grabbed that one just to test that one out.
Well, we also, Chef Nick here has got you guys covered in case the poutine isn't your thing.
Oh.
We got the classic, which I know you guys love.
Oh,
all right?
there's some
Luke's
lobster.
Jumbo Monster Lobster Roll.
Oh, yeah.
Jemai.
Wow.
So, yeah, don't let Jemai get a hold of that. You
bring
might
him
not
down
get
here.
it back.
Already making a run back there. That's not fair, Jemai. Come on, now we got to spread those around a little bit. So, Ron, wherever you are in the ballpark, whether you're up here in the monster seats, behind home plate, in the bleachers, all of this is available to you and more.
Exactly.
All right.
And I've got the monster slice from Sal's Pizza right there that Lou has.
Line shot, and that'll be caught for out number 1. Duran already with a home run tonight, a couple of good swings. He's 1 for 2.
Guys, I like feeding you up behind home plate better. I mean, this is beautiful and everything. Don't get me wrong, but this is challenging.
It's a big slice of pizza.
The pizza looks great too. Pizza looks terrific.
Yeah.
Great way to go. Well, I'm glad we've got plenty of lobster. We should have. What's the cookie?
We got the monster cookie back. It used to weigh a pound. It weighs 12 ounces. Because I could eat the thing in 37 seconds, the pound one, but nobody could touch it, so we had to back off it a little bit.
I like that you've
pound.
timed yourself on it, Ron. Yeah.
Dessert's my favorite, Dave.
There you go. Beautiful.
And then, just for the Monster Week, we've got our pastry team did the Green Monster Trifle in honor of Wally.
Oh, beautiful.
Another one of his favorites.
Wow.
This is good.
It's a lot.
I'm not going to say a word
here.
for 5 innings.
Yeah, we might not. We may have to get Peyton Tolley up here to actually call the rest of the game. But it's been a wonderful visit, Ron. Always is with you and Wally. And thanks so much.
Thanks for having us, guys.
It looks delicious. We're going to try to dig in. It's not the easiest thing to do while we're broadcasting the game.
Ron, thank you. And Wally, thank you for having us.
Did you guys get any balls? A couple home runs. I was in the kitchen, but did they come up here?
Not in our direction yet.
All right.
Not
They're coming.
quite. We're looking for it tonight. It looks like that kind of night.
I hope so.
So we really appreciate it. Thanks, Ron. You're the best.
Thank you, fellas.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks for having us.
Look forward to digging in as well. Wally, thanks so much. Yes. Oh, I think we will. That pizza looks great, too. A little pepperoni.
Got a lot of food up here now.
One man away, and Cedon, who's already blasted a home run, his 5th of the year. There you go. Some serious pie. And he'll file that one away. Wilyer Abreu on deck. Red Sox ahead 2-0. This is the last we're going to hear from Lou Merloni for about a half hour.
No, it's good. I'm just hanging out. I was talking with Wally.
Look at Jemai here. He's commandeered the lobster rolls.
You better bring those lobster rolls back down here. I can tell you that right now. He can have the cookie. We'll switch it up.
Take a little of that cookie.
Look, he's got everything. They brought everything up to him.
I know. In his little area. Jemai can consume some food. Wally brought you something, didn't he? A little bounding ball here to the second baseman and up and over. And Cedon getting up that line, but he is out. 2 up and 2 down.
Wally, what'd you get me here? Is this from my house? So I can put this up? I'll talk to the wife. Maybe we can put it right over the bed. What do you think? Right up against the wall? Okay. We can do that. Yeah, well, I'll push for the bed, but I don't know if it'll work.
Thanks, Wally. Appreciate it very much. A little wall decor here in the monster seats. 2 down for Wilyer. With Wilson Contreras right after him. Wilson just named the American League Player of the Week. Red Sox 2 and Atlanta 0 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And a cut and a miss as he came up empty on that one. 1-2. Spencer Strider starting tonight for the Braves.
He settled in here a little bit. Location a little more on point. Something's usually on top of the zone. One that Duran was leaked down early. That home run.
Got a piece of it to hang in.
Yeah, he's going to challenge you all day up there. It's strange. We're talking about Abreu hitting you know, against lefties, hitting 400. It's off the charts. A righty's 246. And I feel like his swing gets a little bit longer against righties. Against lefties, he tries to shorten up. He knows it's a challenge. Swing gets back to being a little long in this heater.
The Rays are at Baltimore tonight, trying to avoid one man, really, Colton Cowser, who has beaten Tampa Bay the last 2 games with a walk-off home run. Same dude. Check out tonight's home run odds presented by FanDuel. Abreu is 6 and Contreras with 11. Contreras on a career pace for home runs. Pretty good fight here between Strider and Abreu. 8th pitch of the at bat. The Cubs are trying to avoid losing their 10th in a row.
Wow.
They've lost 13 out of 15. Just recently had a 10-game winning streak. Full reverse. They had won 20 out of 23 games, and they forgot how to win.
Yeah, they were on an absolute tear.
And a 2-2. They'll pop that foul back into the press box area.
It's good at bat, making them work. 46 pitches.
If you missed it last night, the Houston Astros pitched a combined no-hitter at Texas. They go for 5 in a row tonight.
I don't know how you feel about that, but I think it's a cool feat. It's nice to say. That's not a no-hitter to me. It's going to be one guy, 9 innings. That's the challenge. 3 times through the order, not twice.
Yep. The traditional way. 3-2 wraps that at first. Strider trying to get there. Got him on a bang-bang play. And that will retire the side. Red Sox go 1-2-3. And Red Sox thinking about a challenge over at first base. And will not. That will retire the side. Comforts of home presented by Bernie and Phil's. Save up to 20% right now during Bernie and Phil's Memorial Day savings event. Some facts about the Green Monster. It's 310 from home plate down the left field line. Monster seats debuted for the 2003 season. 269 fixed seats and 150 standing room spots as well. Now, when Rich Hill was a little kid coming to games here at Fenway Park, he'd be in the bleachers or in the grandstand somewhere typically, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Dave. We'd sit out here when it was bleachers. My dad got some tickets through Quincy High School and gets to sit out here a couple times. And then my brother actually had season tickets over here. We used to go through Gate E, come up the old ramp, and then come out here and see this.
It's funny, you remember that for the rest of your life, where you came into Fenway, what the first thing you saw was a strikeout here of Austin Riley, so one away in the 4th inning. You remember all of those details vividly, and the first thing I ever remember seeing was the monster itself and thinking to myself, like as a 7-year-old, oh my God, is that close?
Yeah, it is, especially when you're on the mound and you give up a fly ball to left.
Right, yeah.
Have you been up here before? Like, obviously, I'm guessing you might have been up here a few times.
Yeah, I've been up here, not for a game though, not like this. This is I have not vivid, but a small recollection of 2003 being up here when the Yankees were playing the Red Sox in the ALCS. So that was maybe not so memorable for Red Sox fans.
Ground ball to Kiner Falefa, 2 up and 2 down in front of Harris.
You mentioned it. I was going to ask you, like, pitching in a different ballpark, then all of a sudden you come to Fenway Park, you look over your right shoulder, you see this green monster. How does it change the way you attack hitters,
if
at all?
Especially for right-handed hitters, you want to keep them up the center field to right field. And everything really played well into my repertoire, is being able to execute fastballs down and away, backdoor breaking balls, cutters into righties, cutters across mid-zone up, and the occasional change-up middle down. But and especially to lefties, being able to sweep away the breaking ball and ride the fastball up and in.
Harris with a base hit, first time up, and we'll foul that one away. He's hitting .289 with 11 home runs.
Nothing like the sound though off of the monster when you're shagging fly balls. Just listening to it when it hits it. I always love that.
Just so unique. Yeah,
not during the game.
Exactly right. That's a different kind of memory.
Could have been in the opposing dugout. You wouldn't have minded it.
Yeah. Line into center, closing on St. He dives ahead and unable to make the play. It skipped. Did a nice job to suffocate that, but it'll be a base hit for Harris, and he's 2 for 2.
That was a great play to keep it in front of him.
You know how bad he does too. This is like one of those, like, Harris does a nice job of making some really nice plays. You're the other center fielder, and he's up at the plate. You're thinking, I'm going to get a hit from you. But you're right. This is good hands on the pick, right? It gets by him. We're going to be running for a while.
Yep. So nice having these guys out there in the outfield.
Sung Kim 0 for 1 with a K, runner at first. How are you enjoying the broadcast life after all of those years pitching in the big leagues? Have you taken to it? Have you really enjoyed it? Because I think you're doing an amazing job.
I appreciate it. I enjoy it. Working with TC, it's like shooting jumpers with MJ. So
yeah, he's pretty good. He's been around a little bit doing this for a long time. You seem like you've fallen into it very easily. And I remember when Crochet was roughed up earlier this season, you were talking about, this debate about whether he's tipping or not. And you weren't coming out and saying he was or he wasn't at that point, but that teams have basically rooms of guys assigned to whether or not a pitcher is tipping. You did a great job, I thought, taking people back inside.
Yeah, Dave, they do. That's the one thing that's so tough about this day and age in pitching in the major leagues, is because there are departments dedicated to tipping and being able to see tells. And, everything has to be basically robotic when you're out there on the mound and the same every single time for every single pitch. And then when you get a runner on second, you got to be careful of guys being able to look inside your glove for pitch grips and different angles of your wrist.
Ground ball, that'll be scooped up. Kiner Falefa across the diamond, and in time as Suarez pitches out of that runner at first situation. More with Rich Hill when we come back. 2-0 Red Sox on top.
Nothing lead. That's where we stand here now.
It's been 10 years since the Red Sox have done that. To open up a ball game, back-to-back home runs. The names were Mookie Betts and Dustin Pedroia.
Pretty good.
In 2016, and as far as doing it at Fenway, you have to go all the way back to 2011. So it's been a while.
Yeah, Dustin Pedroia, one of the greats.
And that's the difference too. Rather than leading off with a couple of singles and feeling good about yourself, then struggle to get them in, runners in scoring position. Just 2 quick points. Thanks for coming.
One of the things we talked about in the pregame is being able to get Spencer Strider down in the zone and avoid him getting up and swinging, chasing those high fastballs, because that's what he does so well, is elevates when you get 2 strikes on you. So that's one thing that I can attest to too, because that's if guys are starting to, if you start giving it to them and they're climbing up the zone and they're going to swing at it, you're going to keep trying to see how high you can go.
Contreras to lead things off. He is 0 for 1 with a pop to third as we chat with Rich Hill, part of our Nesson family. Contreras, Yoshida, and Gasper getting their second look at Spencer Strider.
Rich, you started was 05, I think, was your first year in the big league. So 25 was your last. You kind of lived through the analytical world. You lived through, we were just talking about the pitch tipping and how it's really evolved. Like, what was the biggest change?
Yeah, I think the introduction of the analytics and being able to kind of see why guys are good.
Contreras going up the middle for a base hit to lead off the fourth.
And being able to, kind of put numbers behind, and I can speak to that for myself, because coming back here in 2015 and speaking with guys, to be able to show me the numbers and say, hey, if you continue to keep doing this and changing the shapes of your breaking ball, you're going to find more success in that, as opposed to before, it was just kind of like no explanation of late life or as far as numbers go, and being able to now really confirm it with the data.
Yoshida with a base runner. Masataka swings and misses. Yeah, because I think of when spin first started to come into vogue, your name was always at the top of the list. Like you talk about, that guy, that's a spin guy.
Spin rate.
Spin rate.
Yeah, spin rate.
Off the charts.
Right, and that's Brian Bannister, and being able to get introduced to him through Gus Quattlebaum when I was in Pawtucket, and him being able to, again, quantify those numbers and quantify why this is working, and seeing that late life, as it was called, or hop as they say now, was what I was getting, and that 90-91 looked like it was 97-98.
Yoshida in there for a strike.
I love the cat and mouse game, because you talk about the data and what you do well, and you find out what hitters do well. So the hitters know. So they start thinking, okay, this is your power, this is your damage, this is what you do best. But you as the pitcher know too, you're starting to avoid that area. So it's the constant, I know I do this well, but this is what he's going to do to me. That conversation at this level is important.
That's a catch.
Indeed it is. Contreras heading on back to first.
But you know what I mean? Like you do something really well, but it might go into someone's strength.
Right.
Do you get out of that, or you just say, you know what? Nope, this is just what I do?
Well, Lou, that's the one thing that right now is when you talk about reading hitters' swings and making in-game adjustments and being able to be creative and have that ability to be able to go off script is so important. And that's what I love about Suarez and, Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray is amazing at doing that, because his ability to have that feel. He's throwing every one of his pitches at about 80% for strikes. So when you're doing that, it gives you more ability to be creative. So as they're getting ahead in the count and they're being able to afford more flexibility as opposed to falling behind and having to really labor through some innings or through an outing, they can have more room for creativity. And I think that's what's so exciting about pitching and not just throwing.
Yeah, you mentioned those two guys too, because one game you could look at Sonny and the curveball is used more than anything. Because it might be better against that lineup, right? Or the slot, or the sweeper might be better against that lineup. So he and Suarez both, and that's one of the things that's impressed me about Conley early, being able to adapt too, having so many weapons and beat you with it based on what you don't do well as a hitter.
Right, absolutely, and I think that's where his, it's going to speak to his ability and longevity in the game, because he can command so many pitches, but also have the feel to change the shapes of the breaking ball and be able to use his fastball to all 4 quadrants. And I just love the fact that he goes out there and attacks hitters.
Gasper, the batter, he took a walk in the second inning as we chat with Rich Hill. High atop the monster seats. That's going to skip away, and Contreras is going to move up 90 feet on a pitch into the dirt. It'll be a wild pitch, and the Red Sox have a man in scoring position.
Yeah, I was going to say Contreras. I love the way he's been playing, and just you feel like you're in the box with him when he's up at bat, and his intensity and his emotion. I love guys that play with emotion.
Yeah, it's been a fun experience, and he's on that dish, and it's sort of like, hey, listen, if you want to come in here, try.
Yeah.
And he's not getting out of the way either.
Yeah, he might come meet you.
Yeah, he might, but he's creating like an outer half that's down the middle to him. That's going to be tough for a guy like, for you, probably end up cutting it in on him, I would think.
Yeah, cutting in and backdoor cutters too, and then, the occasional fastball up and in to keep him honest.
One down in the 2-2, and that's going to be in there for strike 3. So he freezes Gasper. He catches him admiring the pitch, and 2 down with Sogard coming up next.
See this breaking ball, this little move up and down curveball here. Down and away. You've already burned one, right? Yeah. Ranger Suarez. I'm saying, Rich, it's so hard for pitchers to kind of challenge because the catchers now bring everything to the middle of the plate. Your head moves. By the time you look up, everything looks like it's in the middle.
And you're emotional.
Yeah. And you want everything.
I'm glad you brought that up because we talk about that all the time, Rich. Yeah. Maybe it's not the best idea for the pitcher. You're so invested emotionally in every pitch.
Yeah. Last year when I was with Kansas City and Omaha, they had the ABS, and I was 3 for 3 coming out of the gate, and then I think I was 0 for 8 after that.
But you're not alone there with those kind of stats.
What a night, though. Jeez, it's beautiful here.
We're thinking about staying.
You know when it's best up here, though? When it's cool in October.
I'll go back to the booth. It's 40 degrees and windy.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. If I can bundle up, you want October baseball. It doesn't matter how cold it is.
No, this is absolutely gorgeous tonight. Red Sox on top here, 2-0. We asked Peyton Tolley, do you think about the guy you're pitching against on a given night very much? Like if you're facing Chris Sale, in his case facing Chris Sale on Thursday, do you think about it a lot?
No, I don't. Personally, I never did. I've thought about exactly what I had to do and execute in the moment. And now this is 2 acts of pitching. When I was younger, that may have fallen into, Randy Johnson's on the other side. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That one tagged on a line, and a catch will be made on a wicked shot by Sogard. Red Sox with some nice swings here tonight. Rich, continued success. Keep up the great work, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Lou. Thanks, Dave. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Chill. 2-0 Sox here. Salem 5 Bank. And I knew I sensed some baseball royalty up here with us in the monster seats. There he is, number 14, the Hall of Famer, the great Jim Rice. Jim, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you guys for having me. This was a great seat up here. Never been up here. I just want to look. Now look it over.
You've never been up here?
No.
Wow.
Wait a
know
minute.
a thing or two about the wall, though. I know that.
Hey, wait a minute, Lou. I've been up here, but not up here.
Well, you've sent baseballs up here.
Yeah,
Yes.
quite a few, by the way. As we move on to the 5th inning, 2-0. I think a lot of fans would be like, "Oh, Jim, you've been everywhere in the ballpark. You've sat everywhere. You've been in every suite, every possible, but never here."
No, never here. No. Oh, this is different. This is really different.
It's nice though, isn't it? Because part of you wants to go, I don't really want to work. I just want to sit here, grab a beer, slice of pizza, sit back and enjoy the game.
No, I'm just going to have the lobster roll with French fries.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Opie, what do you think Jim and I are doing up here?
The food's pretty good, too. The eating's pretty good. One man out here, Sox with a 2-0 lead.
And you really don't have a bad seat right here. You know what I mean? You don't have a bad seat.
No, it's pretty. You know, last year, Eaton hit a ball off the ladder for like the first time in I don't know how many years, and we couldn't see it. Like, I couldn't get. I'm not going over this ball
right,
too
you can't
much.
lean too far.
No, too high.
Well, I remember when the baseball went inside one of the out lights down there, you know, when Masataka had to go dig it out. The first person everybody went to was Jim Rice and said, how many times has that happened? How many times have you seen that before? Because you've been here with a lot of firsts, seconds, and thirds, too.
I think it's like twice, but I saw a ball hit the ladder and hit just about every step. Innocent play, every step.
You're just waiting for it.
Yeah, just wait, yeah.
Boy, back in the day, and you were right, you know, back in the day when that ladder was actually used. I mean, back when they'd go and fish out baseballs that you would hit up into the netting up there. That was a different time.
No doubt about this. You never thought that it would be like this right here, though.
No.
That's what putting seats up here. Yeah.
Now, we always talk about playing the wall, right? The Green Monster and defensively playing the wall, but it's not just off the wall either. It's how close you are, right, with line drives. I would think you're really normal on the road. They're dropping for hits. You may have to come in. It's over your head. Like the line drive, the closeness makes it difficult as well here.
Yeah, but I think the young generation did not really actually see the ballpark where you had the concrete. You didn't have the padding. This is a different wall. This is more of a truer wall to play. The other wall had 10, had 2x4s behind it. It could hit a dead spot. It could hit a hot spot.
Yeah.
And if anyone been on a railroad track, you see the big spikes that was in the wall and things like that. So it could hit the spike and go left, right, up, or down. So you had to go out there and get it.
Wow.
Acuna Jr. taking strike 3. How long did it take you to feel like I've mastered this wall now? I have figured out the nooks, the crannies, the bounces, the strange hops off of this wall. What year were you in your career you were like, you know what, I feel great about this?
You never stop learning about the wall because it depends too on the way the wind is blowing and things like that. But I took fly balls off the wall every day. I took balls off the bat because that's what you really want to do, take balls off the bat. And Johnny Pesky used to be on third base line and hit balls to me at different angles. But then all of a sudden I said, no, Johnny, we're going to do this. I'm going to take balls off the bat and the pitchers just get out of the way because I'm playing a game.
Hall of Fame career, one of the great hitters in the game. Was your approach different at all in this ballpark compared to maybe going on the road, given what we're sitting on right now?
I could pull the ball, Lou, but I didn't consider myself a pull hitter.
Yeah.
I wanted gap to gap. I wanted to hit it to the big alley because I think that once I get too pull conscious, I forget about the big alley. But if I look at the big alley, I can react to the ball inside. So it's more of a reaction to the ball inside instead of try to force the ball inside.
Well, it's funny you say that because we were talking about this team at home, and I'm like, you know, you got righties that aren't getting the ball in the air. And a lot of that has to do with because they're trying to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, you know, I mean, you're trying to pull the ball. Sometimes you're pulling off of it. You're not pulling it the right way. Those sort of things come into play.
Well, I was up in the suite, and I think the first thing you as a player you have to look at your front foot. Your front foot, if you're a right-handed hitter, everybody's putting their foot in the bucket instead of hitting the ball, putting your foot to the right side and hitting the ball where it's pitched. Because normally if you watch, they're pitching the right-handers away.
Yeah.
Because everybody in their mind, I want to pull the ball. Take advantage of hitting the ball to the right side and just get on top of the ball and line drives. Who cares you hit it 400 feet? I don't care if you hit 401, hit Jose in the head and bounce over, it's a home run. You know what I mean? So I don't care about that. But a lot of people want you to pull aside and hit it as far as you can.
Jose Canseco, yeah, one of the great moments in baseball history. Right off the noggin and right out of the ballpark as we chat with the great Jim Rice. And when you've been watching this Red Sox team struggle, Jim, to hit home runs, And not only the home runs, but the lack of doubles. You know, we've talked about it a lot. You've talked about it a lot with Tisa. And here's a high one that's going to be driven deep, backing up Abreu, and that one will sail on out of here for a 3-run homer. Matt Olson, oh so dangerous, his 15th of the year, a 2-run homer. And this ball game is going to be tied up.
Well, it's third time now. Rangers kind of got 2 quick outs. It was a single, then it hits batsman. This time a 2-out walk to Dubon to a very dangerous Olson, giving him an opportunity, and he hits it a long, long way here to right field.
But you know another thing, Lou? They check the wind.
Yeah, blowing out.
The only thing, check the wind. That's what you got to do right there.
That is his 7th home run at Fenway Park, so he kind of likes it here. And hit that one a ton. That'll bring up Ozzie Albies. Tie game 2-2. Olson continues to have a big year. 44 runs batted in already.
Yeah, the 2-out walk to Dubon. Got a couple quick outs. Same thing earlier. 2-out hit to Harris. 2-out hit to Dubon back in that third. A couple of 2-out base runners. Paid the price there.
And a fly ball. Cedar Rafaela in on this. And that will retire the side, but Olson gets his. And we've got a 2-2 game in the middle of the 5th. More with Jim Rice when we return to Fenway.
It's a 2-hour version of this Red Sox game tonight at 11:30 on Sox in 2, only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360. It's presented by Bigelow Tea.
A spectacular night here at Fenway Park. Red Sox and the Atlanta Braves tied at 2-2. Olson going yard as we chat with the Hall of Famer Jim Ed Rice. And Marcelo Meyer will lead things off here in the last half of the 5th inning. Jim, who hit 382 career home runs, 208 here at Fenway Park, but tons of extra base hits. 2 different years, 15 triples. Yeah. So using the ballpark, kind of back to Lou's point, why the Red Sox don't hit a lot of doubles, don't have a lot of extra base hits. Forget about home runs for a second. It's all those extra base hits, the slug that you played on teams with. You drove teams that did a ton of that at Fenway.
Because they don't get on top of the ball. They get up under the ball. And up under the ball, you hit a lot of fly balls, and they're not going to the ballpark. If you get on top of the ball, you hit the ball on line. Well, I said, man, let's hit a line drive. Get the ball on line, and that's what it was all about. See, like this ball right here. Routine fly ball. Routine fly ball. If you hit that ball on line, you got a chance to get that ball back on the wall.
Meyer 0 for 2. Harris making a catch. Lou's over here nodding his head because he's, you know.
No, we talk about it a lot. Like the lefties in this lineup. I think Abreu and Duran, I think both have, 2 opposite field extra base hits in this ballpark, like the lefties.
Yeah. So you can almost put it like in a boxing situation. When a boxer boxes, he's throwing haymakers. He's not doing too many uppercuts. So he's trying to knock you out. So when he try to knock you out, what he's doing? He's getting up on top of it. And that's the same thing that we talk about hitting. You got to get on top of the ball and hit the ball. You can't just break up and use your arms as far as getting the ball up in the air. Now, it's like, it's good and it's bad. To me, with this team, you're talking about a bunch of Johnny Peskys, a bunch of Bobby Doors. You don't have a bunch of Ted Williams. So what you want to do, you got to have table sitters. And somebody got to sit the tables. And then your big guys come up. May hit your home runs, but when your big guys come up, they got man on second and third. They're not trying to hit the ball to the ballpark. They're trying to get that ribeye steak. They're trying to get runs knocked in.
Kiner Falefa 0 for 1. He's popped up to the catcher. Red Sox did come out of the gate slugging. Back-to-back home runs by Duran and Rafaela. Just one hit since then off of Spencer Strider. Kiner Falefa out of the 9 spot with the bases empty. And the 3-1 from the righty. And he's going to take ball 4.
That's another thing, Jim. Yeah, people talk about the velocity in the game. When I was playing, like, just weren't as many of them, right? There weren't as many of them. Every bullpen now, the average velo, it seems like it's 95 for God's sakes, but it's like people think you face guys throwing 85.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. But Lou had his thing.
There wasn't a lot of them, but there were still some dudes. Come on now.
But they throwing from strikes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
A lot of guys can throw up, but they throwing for strike. And then again, the 16 years I played, you had a 4-man rotation. Now you got a 6-man, sometimes 7-man. Depends on how good or how bad he is. But that was it. And guys didn't have to throw hard; they could paint. They let the guys get themselves out. They didn't go out there and show them like 8 or 9 pitches per at bat. Hey, here's your 3-4 pitches. Let's get them out.
Well, it's just different. It's just we want max effort. If you can only go 5, so be it. We got another guy down here that's going to throw 97, 98 for an inning or two. And back in the day, like you said, it was. I'm trying to go 8 or 9. I'm trying to finish this game. I also have 40 starts this year, and I'm going to try to throw 300 innings. Like, it's just a different mentality.
I remember Darryl Jones trying to get Tiana one night. Tiana looked at him and said, hey, did one of these, go back in. I got this. And then you had Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens said, I'm not coming out. Bruce Hurst didn't come out. Nipper didn't come out. No, not any of those guys.
Nip was my first pitching coach down in A-ball. He got thrown out so often in the month of April that the organization had to call him and tell him to calm down. I loved him. He was screaming every night at an umpire.
That's a pitcher mentality.
Sure, it doesn't surprise you.
Oh, boy.
Set on Rafaela, home run first time up. Kiner Falefa the runner at first. We're locked up 2-2 at Fenway in the bottom half of the 5th. And Spencer Strider leaves that one downstairs. Jim, when you look at a guy like The Miz the other night from Milwaukee throwing 57 pitches at 100 miles an hour or better.
Okay, now were they strikes? But regardless if they're strikes or not, but here's my thing right here. When a guy throw that hard, a lot of guys think you got to speed up the bat, you got to swing harder. You don't. You swing shorter. Shorter and quicker. Yeah. Okay, now if I feel like that I can't get to him, Lou, what I'm going to do, I'm going to back away from the plate and hit him to right field. I'm not trying to pull him.
Well, it's funny you say that because that's one thing where Brady worked on this year, right? Like, he tried to match power with a longer, more powerful swing, and he's starting to realize I don't need to do that. I need to be shorter, quicker, and just touch the ball.
That's all you got to do. And when I had Johnny Pesky, it was a saying that choke up with 2 strikes. I said, Johnny, I got a man on second base or first base. I'm choking up with no strikes. I'm not going to wait till the last strike to choke up. I'm going to choke up and try to get him with my big barrel, my big 36. I'm going to try to get him.
Throw down to second. That's going to get into center field. Up and running Kiner Falefa. And he'll advance to third on the throw into the outfield by Sandy Leon. So it'll be a stolen base and an error on Sandy.
Well, at least we know Sandy, don't we?
We do know Sandy. He threw somebody out in Atlanta, though, too. This one here just gets away. IKF with his 4th bag of the year gets into center field.
So Rafaela trying to pick him up and put the Red Sox back in front.
Need a short swing right here.
And filed away. It's funny too, because in my mind's eye, when I think back to Jim Rice either hitting a bomb or a triple or whatever else, there's room on the end of that bat.
Yeah.
You know? You choked up.
Choked up, yeah.
And it wasn't just on 2 strikes.
No.
You know?
Well, people think you choke up because you want to just like hit a weak ground ball. You choke up to get more control of your barrel.
Yeah.
And so you can still swing it.
That's the whole thing they don't realize. Control. You got to be able to control that ball. That bat, rather. Got to be able to do that.
Acuna will make the catch. He did drop it, but he made the play, and that is out number 3. Jim, it is always a delight, as we say, baseball royalty. Always so marvelous to see it. Thanks so much for hopping up.
Thank you, guys.
Hall of Famer Jim Rice in the house here at Fenway. Just an absolutely gorgeous night at Fenway. WB Mason Extra Innings Live coming up. When the ball game is over, you'll hear from Chad Tracy, Ranger Suarez, and Tom Caron, who's joining us high atop the monster at Fenway Park. TC, great to see you.
What a great night for you guys to be up here.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Right?
Imagine if we were here Sunday.
No.
Oh.
I couldn't imagine anybody was here Sunday.
No, it'd be still be thawing out here. You had Craig Breslow on.
We did. Yeah, we did. He comes by on Tuesdays at home, and to his credit, he never, good or bad, he shows up.
High fly. That one headed right underneath us. Off the wall, Duran. Heading into third is Riley, and he will stop there with a triple. Austin Riley, who had walked and struck out, a 3-base hit for Ranger Suarez to begin the 6th inning.
I got to ask, Obi, how do you call that? Like, I went from flinching to ducking underneath to looking at the monitor.
Yeah. Never saw that hit the wall, actually, until it was on the monitor.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What can you do?
You're doing a great job up here. It's fun to watch. Yeah, so it was interesting to get him to come on. I asked him about, the early talk of a trade deadline, because there's been a lot of talk about this team will go out and try to adjust the offense on the fly. And, he said, as you'd expect, so many teams are mathematically within a few games of this thing that everyone's going to be trying to do the same thing. Can't all be buyers, right? I thought the other interesting, we talked about Caleb Durbin, not in the lineup much of late. What does that mean? How does he work on things? And he was quick to talk about how the glove had still been a really impactful part of his game, but that he does have to get back to being the guy he was in Milwaukee, who could hit to all fields and maybe not have the magnet of the monster changing his approach at the plate.
We've talked a lot about that too, and you know, guys getting pull happy at Fenway, lefties and righties, and that part hasn't worked well for the Red Sox. But that is a guy who, at least a year ago in Milwaukee, had more success going the other way.
No doubt about it, right? Slug was never necessarily a big part of his game, but getting on base was. Base hits matter. You just haven't had enough of them.
Yeah, you hear a lot of talk about, obviously, you know, could you use a bat? Yeah, but you know, when you start exploring it, you're going to realize what the asking price is. And, you know, that might scare you away of it.
I know I'm not scared.
No, and you know, like for me,
man, do I want to bat?
For you know, to me, I always have this saying, like every year you get to draft new players. You know, like this time last year, nobody knew who Peyton Tolley was. You'd never seen Conley early before, and then when they came up, you're like, oh, I can't get rid of him. I'm like, oh, you know, next year there's going to be a couple other guys that you're going to hear from that you never heard before, and we are. Witherspoon, Iverson, these guys were rolling through the minor league system, and you know what? Here's the thing: this July they're going to draft 3 or 4 other kids that next July you're going to be talking about.
For me, a nice block here by Gasper. The thing for me is who's available.
Well, that's the thing, right?
That's the problem.
And Lou, I couldn't help but think, like, I was running it back to the winter meetings. You and I are sitting in the lobby talking about the asking price for a Ketel Marte or the asking price for this hitter or that hitter, right? And we're having those same conversations now, but it's a whole lot harder to do in season. Again, because the other teams believe they're in it. And because it's so much tougher to get something done on the fly because you got 28 other teams trying to get involved in the same deals.
Michael Harris here, and look out, he's 2 for 2. Runners on the corners and nobody out for Atlanta.
Yeah, that leadoff triple, that at bat against White is, you know, going for the strikeout because you don't want the leadoff triple to score. Next thing you know, you find yourself in a big jam because you walked him. Now we're in the same boat here. But you got him to fish.
There's a tough pitch there and got him to go. And a count, 1 ball and 1 strike. TC, you look at lineups a lot too. Before the game, you're like, okay, who's playing third? Who's catching? Were you surprised Mickey Gasper's catching today?
Really surprised. And Lou, I like the way you put it at the top tonight. You know, are you maybe trying a little too hard to get the offense? Maybe at the expense of the comfort of the pitcher tonight? Right, it's been one thing when he was catching Tolley. They clearly have a little something going back to the minors. I saw Suarez, and you don't see everything on TV, but I saw him shake him off at least twice in the first inning, which is probably more than you see early on in the game from Suarez.
Riley at third, White the runner at first, who has very good speed, and that one's tagged. That one is into the alley. That's going to skip into the bullpen as Atlanta will take the lead on the shot by Harris. And here comes Atlanta. Riley will score. Runners on at second and third. And here comes Tracy.
Looked like the slider. Went down and got it. Showed him a couple. Remember, he swung it one way in the dirt. This one here, he goes and gets it, barrels it. Little one hop. White can run too. Hits that wall. Maybe he scores from first base. So you get bailed out there, at least for now, to see if Weiser can clean it up.
Weiser coming on. TC, always a pleasure. We'll talk to you a little later tonight.
All right, appreciate it, guys. We'll see you post game. Rich Hill, by the way, Rich Hill's really good. It'd be great to talk to him. I'm sure you found that out just talking to him up here. Yeah. He's really good at this, and having him break down the pitching tonight's going to be great.
He was terrific. 3-2 Atlanta. More coming up in a moment from Fenway.
Check out his arsenals presented by New England Area Audi dealers. That four-seam fastball was used a little bit more than usual. The sinker just couldn't find it early. The strike throwing. It was just off a tick, and not many swing and misses here from Ranger today.
So Weissert out of the bullpen gets in front on Kim, who has struck out and grounded out, but trouble greeting him with runners at second and third. Austin Riley started this inning with a triple. He has been brought in on a double by Harris that skipped into the bullpen. And a little chopper on the infield, glove by Kiner Falefa. Runner staying put and gets the out. And a first out in the sixth for the Braves. Runners staying right where they are.
Yeah, good job getting this ground ball here. Second and third, no outs. Usually not putting contact on because if this happens, it's now one out, still second and third. Now is when you might see Eli White, who's got some speed, maybe go on contact and try to challenge this ground ball at the plate.
Sandy Leon scheduled to hit. Dom Smith is going to grab a bat instead, and he will bat for Sandy, who had gone 0 for 2. Former Red Sox first baseman. And here comes Bailey with the scout on him. And Dom, among batters with at least 50 at bats, his .327 average is the third highest in Major League Baseball.
He's having a really nice year. I mean, he's got 5 home runs, 4 doubles. Only have 110 at bats. Well, most of these guys that play every day are in that 200, 210 range. So not playing all the time, but .327 with 5 homers. That's pretty legit for Dom Smith.
Yeah, he became the first player in Major League history to hit a grand slam walk-off home run in his team debut. That is how you make friends with your new ball club. Here, runners at second and third. Atlanta with a 3-2 lead. Of course, you get through him, you got to face Acuna Jr. He's on deck. And that's in for a strike from Weissert. So a triple, a walk, and a double, and the Braves jump in front. Last inning, a 2-run homer by Olson to tie the game. It is a potent offense. One of the very best in baseball, not the best. Acuna has been very quiet tonight. Ranger Suarez tied him up, struck him out twice, but usually does not stay silent for a long time. At first base, that'll be gobbled up. He's able to hold the bag and get the out there.
Yeah, White going on contact, you know, because it's an in-between hop. If this is kind of like a candy hop and you can kind of approach it and come in and throw, it's a different story. But he had to sit back a little bit, got an in-between hop. He made the right decision. If he goes home, he's safe by a mile. But just that tough hop, he had to body it, and just not smart to go home with. So take the out.
And Atlanta grabs another run to lead it 4-2. And popped up foul off first off the bat of Acuna Jr. with a runner at third and 2 down. So the Braves opening it up these last couple as the sun has set. And the 0-1 pitch. Dropped in for a strike. Harris getting the lead off third. Acuna 2 strikeouts. He's also grounded out to short. Harris off the bag at third. And he missed. 2-2. Garrett Crochet throwing a bullpen today as he gets closer.
Quiet night for Acuna, but still colorful one.
Sure is.
All geared, doesn't he?
Yep.
Arms all the way down the leg. Little knee usually.
Well protected.
Yeah.
And a line drive. That one sucked for an RBI hit. And that'll chase in another run. Harris will score. Third run of the inning by Atlanta. And you knew that was just a matter of time before Acuna Jr. announced himself. 5-2.
This heater's up. He wanted it in, left it out. A mislocation there. Seemed like a pitch early in that at bat. It's a pretty good pitch. Could have challenged it for strike 3, but.
Here's Dubon as he fouls one away as a base hit, and he's also walked and scored tonight. Danny Coulombe now loosening in the bullpen. Danny just recently activated again. And quickly 0-2 on Dubon.
We mentioned this lineup. I mean, second in runs in all of baseball, second in home runs, tied for first in batting average. It's just the best team in baseball right now, in my mind.
And in there for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But 3 big runs, and the Braves are in front in the middle of the 6th, 5-2.
Fenway, it is 5-2 Atlanta Braves after they scored 3 runs in that last half of the inning. We're out here hanging out on the Green Monster, just spending some time with the people. How are we doing tonight? Great to see you. Roman Anthony, guys, he probably made some of the most progressive progress that he's had since he went out with the right wrist sprain. He actually did some dry swings today, 12-15, something he had tried last week in Kansas City when we were there, but they had to shut it down because it didn't feel just right with him. Chad Tracy told us he felt much better, not as much discomfort on the front end of that wrist. Next step for him is do the same thing tomorrow, but increasing the volume and activity as a tolerance to his discomfort is able to take. So a rehab assignment likely in play for him now, considering how long he's been out, Lou. I'd imagine he probably needs to take a few more swings at the minor league level.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, you pick up volume tomorrow. I mean, the dry swings, you know, so you pick up the volume. It's just dry swings. Like when we do flips, that's the next step, right? But I think you're out to this point where you're out long enough. We probably would have a rehab assignment. And it's a smart thing to do. I mean, give the guy 2 or 3 games, right? Give him 10 at-bats of meaningless, stress-free at-bats to figure it out what he wants to feel like at the plate. Been out a while.
Abreu will take a pitch for ball 4. So Willier is on to begin the Red Sox 6th inning. Chadwick Tromp is their new catcher. And Willier reaching for the first time. Red Sox down 5-2.
To get the offense going here. Now, since that Rafaela home run, second hitter of the game, we're up 2-0. Had one hit. 6th inning.
Against Strider. And now a little conference on the mound. And here comes Weiss, the manager. And Fuentes will be brought on to pitch. So the evening is done for Strider. 5-2 Atlanta. We'll take the break and return to Fenway with more in just a moment.
Edition of Boston has entered the chat called Batting Practice has entered the chat. It's 30 minutes. The Red Sox warming up pregame. We're going to have a special interview. Will Middlebrooks and I. We're going to interview this man here, Contreras, Wilson Contreras. Talk hitting with him. That's tomorrow at 5, only on NESN, streaming in NESN 360.
What's your first question?
That's a good one. I want to go over his routine, what he's thinking when he's in the box.
Yeah.
And if he really wanted to put Caratini in the front row with the collision at the plate.
I'd like to hear a little bit more about that from the other night. He stayed up, and there was a little bit of contact, but that's one of his best friends.
It was nothing.
Really nothing in the end. Contreras has singled and popped up. Got a man at first in Abreu. Ooh, a line shot on the check swing. He's going to run over and check.
Got Masa.
Masataka Yoshida smiling, thank goodness. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often, really.
It's a little check swing. Masa's just hanging out. Hello.
Oh, no. Masa.
Got some right off that leg, I believe.
Thank goodness. A line shot and fouled away.
Kid Fuentes, we've seen him. He is an impressive 20-year-old kid. Look at some of those numbers. He did have a start, but as a reliever, he's 3-0 with a 1.08 ERA, and they're hitting 113 off him. Good arm, 97, good slider, and a little split that he will show basically just to lefties.
Yeah, he means to strike you out. And the 0-2 pitch to Contreras. He hangs in. He's doing damage all over the place.
He's just apologizing to everybody right now.
That Trump there. Red Sox started the game with a bang. Back-to-back home runs by Duran and Rafaela. But only one hit since then. A Contreras single in the 4th inning. Timing violation there on Fuentes, so that's going to be ball 1. And now comes the 1-2 pitch.
Big swing from Wilson. See that fastball? That was pretty much outer third. Continues to shake that hand off. With him being on the plate, that's kind of middle for him.
Wilson's been cooking with the bat. He's one guy who can say that in this lineup. He has a 9-game hitting streak. Make it 10. Abreu taking off for second. He'll stop there.
Well, again, he takes that fastball to half. It's kind of middle to him because he's on the plate. Just stays inside of it, hits this hole. I think Abreu makes a good decision. First off, you're down 3, and that man Acuña's got a pretty good arm. One of the best in the game. Not sure you're going to want to challenge that, especially down 3.
A couple of base runners. Nobody out for Masataka Yoshida, who survived the foul ball. He has struck out and flied out to left. The Red Sox finally get a second hit since the first inning.
Both from Wilson.
Figures the way he's swinging it.
We're going to cut into this lead here. Try to get a couple across to tighten this game up.
Yoshida solo home run in the second inning and a double as well in the game on Sunday against Minnesota.
That flag is blowing hard right at us, isn't it?
It is.
Get something up here, left center.
In for a strike. Abreu with a walk, Contreras with a base hit. 2-1. He's running the count his way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Gasper to hit next. Red Sox trying to rally in the 6th inning. And Massa looks at a strike. 96. So the count is full on Yoshida. And the 20-year-old with a 3-2, and that's going to miss downstairs, and the bases are going to be loaded. And nobody out for the Sox in the 6th. 2 walks in the inning. Gasper can do some damage. Dylan Lee, the lefty, is up in their pen.
Yeah, they got their guy down there. Lee has been absolutely fantastic. But that's not Walt Weiss coming in here. You got the switch here to Gasper.
Mickey tonight a walk and a strikeout looking. And more often than not, he's given a very competitive at bat.
Yeah. Got to face one more guy. So you can get Mick from the left side, which I think is a good thing here for the Red Sox.
And he's got Abreu at third, Contreras at second, Yoshida at first. Nobody out. And ball 1. to Atlanta. That misses for ball 2.
That's one of the things you saw with Yoshida too. 2-0-3-1. Heater outer half. Right there's that free strike. Go get that thing, look something out, and drive this thing off this wall.
Ball 3 and a challenge. Trump the catcher.
Wow.
Colorado plate. So 2-1.
You go like 2-0, right? Up and away.
Yeah.
Pitch you can get up in the air.
Abreu, Contreras, Yoshida leading away, and now Gasper will step out. And Fuentes deals, and a ground ball up the middle to second for an out, on to first, and in time for the double play. Red Sox do get a run in, but a double play, and it is now 5-3.
Another heater away here, right? 2-1. They're kind of just living with this pitch away to lefties. Just unfortunate in today's game. Hits the ball hard up the middle. Just your shortstop's there now, especially with the lefty up. You get to run across. You're just hoping for more. I'd like to get one more in here.
Going to make another call to the bullpen. They're going to bring Lee in with Sogard due up. So another pitching change. Red Sox get another run up there. It's now 5-3 Atlanta. Bottom of the 6th inning. In all the communities we call home, delivering trusted care, everyday essentials, and support that goes beyond a prescription. You can learn more at CVS.com. So the left-hander Lee comes out of the bullpen. His road ERA is 0.71.
Yeah, and the season one's not much higher. 25 appearances, got 29 strikeouts, only 3 walks, 24 innings, a whip. Look at that, 0.62. He's the best they got out of this bullpen as far as setting up Iglesias, their closer. You can't hear anything.
So pitch comm issue here. Red Sox with a man at third, a run home to make it 5-3.
Fastball 93. Kind of leads with the slider, even to righties. A little changeup.
Let's see if you can hear with this one.
Let's try a new one. Nope. Oh, yep. I got it.
So in the inning, Red Sox 3 base runners, couple of walks, a single, but a double play ball by Gasper moments ago. And now Sogard, the batter, he has struck out and lined out to right. With a runner 90 feet away. And Dylan Lee with a new pitch comm.
What we got going on here? I know sometimes the infielders kind of have it so they can see the pitchers, might help them a little bit. I think that's communication. Like the infielders don't have it. Albies sitting there, I don't have it, and Lee's looking out at him.
You know, when Alex Bregman was with the Red Sox, he used to have a pitch comm. Would you like to have used one?
Oh, yeah, I needed it.
Yeah.
I need to see soft. If he's throwing fastball, whatever, it just gives you that little extra half step. If I know lefty's on there and he's throwing soft, there's a chance that he's probably going to pull this ball in the hole. I want to get over there a little bit. But you can't do it too early. You start letting the hitter know what's coming. But it's just as the ball's creeping, you're sort of leaning one way or the other.
Contreras at third. Sogard trying to bring him in. A strikeout and a fly out for him tonight. And a ground ball at short. And Kim will fire a strike to retire the side. Red Sox settle for the 1. It's a 2-run game at the end of 6. August of 23, Kyle Isbell hit one about 97 miles an hour off the monster. Well, into it. Masataka Yoshida racing back, crashed into the wall. When he stood up, he couldn't find the ball. And a broken red light bulb used to signify the number of outs at Fenway's manual scoreboard revealed the ball had struck and gotten stuck inside the ball.
Think about those like 10 seconds. Him just looking around, thought it ricocheted off the wall, realized it didn't. Quickly turned, thinking maybe it's just back there somewhere, and it's nowhere to be found. I've never seen that.
Bizarre. Seems like only at Fenway. Time now for the Ford employee pricing call to the bullpen. 5-3 game as we bring you the 7th inning. Olson's been hit by a pitch. He's also cracked a 2-run homer.
Kulo making his second appearance since coming off the IL. Had some control issues the first 2 hitters he found, but then he got locked in, threw the ball well. A clean inning.
Pops that one up into foul territory. Kind of full up with room over there to make the play. So Olson retired to start the 7th. In front of Ozzie Albies.
The second baseman, number 1, Ozzie Albies.
On both sides with home runs. Red Sox began tonight with back-to-back home runs by Duran, the leadoff man, and then Ceddanne Rafaela. Braves got 3 runs in the 6th inning without the benefit of a home run. Albies has gone 0 for 3.
We're talking early in the game, and that wind was blowing straight out to the left. Ceddanne got one up pole side, but the other 2 to the right. Still kind of gusting pretty good here to center field.
Austin Riley on deck. He's the guy that started their rally in the 6th inning. Here's your flag. We can feel it in our faces, that's for sure, up here in the monster seats. Line drive right at Marcelo Meyer. 2 up and 2 down. Riley next.
I need a quick in and get back in there. Get some more traffic on the bases and get that much closer and try to tie this game up.
Riley a triple and a run in the 6th inning. And he will take one for strike. Another big bat for Atlanta. Not having a big start necessarily with 8 home runs. But he's been a 30 home run guy in his career. That's going to be a swing and a miss. First base umpire Baker. And it's 0-2. So Danny Coulombe trying to make this a very quick inning in the 7th. Trying to put away the Atlanta third baseman. And the 0-2. Shot wickedly, but into the sweets. Even up there, you better be watching. Looks like everybody was. Two down. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. Have it for you here on NESN. Connolly early against Bryce Elder, who's a right-hander. And then Thursday afternoon, Peyton Tolley and Chris Sale toe-to-toe. And a swing and a miss. He strikes him out and breezes through the 7th inning. They go 1-2-3. Statcast 3D is powered by Google Cloud. A player with the most home runs over the monster in the Statcast era. That's since 2015 is Xander Bogaerts with 63.
Kind of makes sense. A lot of games here. 63 homers. Kind of like Polside. Know how to get in the air. Pretty good hitter back in the day.
As Xander can take that pitch up and in. Turn on it beautifully. Knock it down the line. Monasterio will bat here. As we move on to the bottom of the 7th inning, Under a 253 with a home run. Batting for Marcelo Meyer, who was 0 for 2. Sox with a run in the 6th inning, but had the bases loaded and nobody out and got just the 1 run. This one popped into center. Harris has plenty of time. 1 down. We've said that far too many times this season. Red Sox bases loaded at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, get very little.
Yeah.
Far too many.
For that one big blow.
And the Red Sox 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Kiner-Falefa drew a walk, stole a base last time. He is 0 for 1 with a pop to the pitcher. Jarren Duran on deck. Jarren began the game with a charge as he drilled a home run. His 7th. He's actually hit the ball very hard a couple of times tonight, talking about Duran, home run and a liner to left. Guerrero, the hard-throwing right-hander, loosening in the Red Sox bullpen. There's a high fly ball that went back toward the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run. Kiner-Falefa with his first. It's the 3rd of the ball game for the Red Sox.
IKF's been swinging it. He had a big pinch hit double off the wall. I think he got that one the other day. A little different day. Wind's blowing out. Wind was blowing in yesterday, but this one here, he gets enough of it, drives out of the ballpark, cuts this lead in half. He's been swinging it here now the last week, 10 days.
1-run game in the 7th. IKF finding the monster seats, and now Duran looking for his 2nd one in the game.
A little hanging slider. Down the middle. Barreled this thing, hit it hard. Got it up out of here. I'm talking about bases loaded, not being able to come through, get big runs. That's what's been missing, especially in this ballpark. The slug, the team doesn't slug, so it's bases clear and double just doesn't happen. You're right. But you got a hold of that one.
Red Sox hitting it out of the ballpark a bit tonight. Well, for this team, it's a bevy of home runs. And look at his teammate reactions on the shot by Kiner-Falefa. And us watching.
Got the sprint around the bases too.
By the way, just the 3rd time this season the Red Sox have hit 3 home runs in a game. They've all been solos, but within 1. The 3-2 pitch to Duran. It's a line shot. But a foul ball. Taking aim at the pole. Actually caught, I should say, by Acuna.
That is the one thing I tell you, when you hit a ball to the right field, when you're behind the plate, you can kind of see it. From this angle here, you're wondering if that's going to hook the pesky pole. You got to look at Acuna, who's settling underneath that. Another ball hit hard by Duran, though.
Yeah, tough to see that from this angle. And Cedon 1 for 3 with a home run, and he'll look at a strike. And Slayton now up along with Guerrero in the pen.
Tie ball game down 1.
Pitch is called a strike. Batter's challenging.
So the batter with a challenge here, Cedon challenging this.
This is way low. 2 outs, nobody on. Ugh.
Pitch is a strike. Boston has no challenges remaining.
Again, like, you know, Mickey Gasper, bases loaded, nobody out. We want a challenge. 2 outs, nobody on. That ball has to be 3 inches down to challenge.
Abreu on deck. And a 5-4 lead for Atlanta. Well, you're still looking for his first hit tonight. Stayed on with a home run in the opening inning and fouls that one away. And Kiner Falefa with a blast in the inning. Cedon's home run was number 5 on the season in that opening frame. And downstairs. Spencer Strider got the start tonight. He went 5. And was charged with 2 runs. And again, shot down into the crowd. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. And a 1-2, and he comes up empty, and down he goes for strike 3. Red Sox get 1 back. Isaiah Kiner Falefa, first time this season as he knocks one out of here up into the monster seats. And this is a 1-run game. All right, a bunch of changes here for the Red Sox. Kiner Falefa will move over to short. Monasterio in the game at third. And Guerrero on top of the hill. And Mike Yastrzemski is going to bat. As we get the 8th inning underway. 5-4 Atlanta. And Mike, who hurt the Sox down in Atlanta, to hit for the first time tonight. Batting .229. He'll take one up and away.
That was a Strider game. Base hit. Walk off for the Braves. Guerrero in this game. Give up a couple of hits. His last time out got a couple outs, but then those runs ended up scoring. That's why you see that ERA there. Hard throw, a good slider split. 101.
Michael Harris has been all sorts of trouble tonight. Has 3 hits. He's on deck. 99, but no swing. And the 3-1 pitch to Yaz. A 3-game series here. Red Sox and the Braves tomorrow night at 6:45 early against Elder. 4:10 on Thursday, Tolley and Sale. Then the Red Sox head for Cleveland. And a good Guardians team. And a weekend series there. As Guerrero fires a 3-2. And a line shot for a hit. Duran knocking that down, but Yaz coming off the bench and he pokes a single. So now Red Sox trying to get Harris out. He's 3 for 3.
Pretty good pitch off the plate. But this lefty kind of looks the other way and hits this thing hard. A lot of hits over there for lefties.
Harris a base hit in the second, base hit in the fourth, and an RBI double in the 6th inning when they scored 3 times. And takes a strike. The Braves without a key guy in Drake Baldwin, who was down with an injury, and yet as soon as he went down with the injury, they got Acuna Jr. healthy. They get everybody healthy, and I mean, they've been a handful already. They've had a terrific start at 36 and 18.
Yeah, it'd be dangerous if they get them both back, right? Baldwin was just, I was so impressed with watching that kid hit down in Atlanta. If you could add him and Guerrero, now you lengthen a lineup. Scary.
Late on that one. 1-2.
This guy's already hitting 7th for you. You know, 7th. Got 11 home runs. 290.
And a 1-2. He'll tag that one to center field, backing up Cedon, and that's going to sail on out of here. Home run. Harris has had a huge night. His 12th home run of the season, his 4th hit of the game. Exit velo a little over 104, and Atlanta opens it up to 7-4.
We talk about the top of this lineup. I mentioned this guy's hitting 7th for you. That's his 12th home run of the year. Talk about a deep lineup that can do some damage. 295 with 12, hitting 7th for you, and they don't even have Baldwin. This is a split. He just goes down and gets it. Talking about backspin in the baseball. This thing was driven to center field.
Second 4-hit game of the year. And a damaging home run off the bat of Michael Harris. Braves have hit a couple tonight. Olsen had one in the 5th inning. Now they lead the National League in home runs, 2nd most in all of baseball. Only the Yankees have hit more, and just a couple more.
They lead in average too. They're also number 1 in ERA, 2 in starter ERA, number 1 in batting average against as a staff.
Tim will tap that one foul. He's 0 for 3.
Other than that,
yeah. Other than that,
well, they don't steal a lot of bags. All around, Walt Weiss's got a pretty good squad.
And again, not even completely healthy. A lot healthier than a year ago. Pitched down into the dirt, and they missed postseason play. They have every intention of going very deep into October this year. Well, Harris with a 2-run homer. Kim with the bases empty. And a 2-2 from Guerrero. Yeah, went chasing on a pitch downstairs, and he strikes out. That is out number 1 in the 8th. Braves out hitting the Sox 9-5 tonight.
That low slider. Kim to just, well, really never showed a strike, but just expanded the zone.
Again, touching 99. Trump hitting for the first time. Only 5 games this year, but 4 for 11. Taking over behind the plate. The Red Sox loss tonight would push Boston to 9 games under 500 for the first time since late in the 22 season. And is going to be in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. 2 down. Top of the order in Acuna Jr.
Middle, inner half, outer half. But it's 99.
Acuna tonight 1 for 4. RBI single. He's been out with injury, but this guy gets rolling. Look out. Comebacker there. Guerrero will handle that. And the side will be retired. It's sad news out of baseball today. Former Braves third baseman Bob Horner has passed away. Number 1 pick in '78. Made the jump straight to the major leagues. Never played a single day in the minors. Went on to blast 23 homers in just 89 games. Won Rookie of the Year. Made history on July 6, 1986, when he slugged a record-tying 4 home runs in 1 game. It was the only 4-homer game of the 1980s. Bob Horner was 68. Atlanta in the lead here, 7-4, getting late. Near to the bottom of the 8th inning of game 1. And Robert Suarez out of their bullpen, a right-hander, will face Abreu, Contreras, and Yoshida. And Atlanta has another PitchCom issue.
More issues. Well, you're in it now between Lee and Suarez and Iglesias to close this out. This back end of the bullpen has been fantastic. You saw Lee's numbers. Well, here's Suarez setting up their closer Iglesias that hasn't given up a run yet. So whip under 1. Just not doing much off him. 188 batting average against. He's got 99 and he's got a changeup that gets a ton of swing and miss.
Red Sox started tonight in style. Back-to-back home runs by Duran and Rafaela to begin the game. Red Sox had a 2-0 lead. Unable to hold that. Atlanta with power of their own. Couple of home runs. And the Red Sox running out of time here, down 7-4. Abreu's flied out, grounded out, walked, and scored a run. And he'll look at a strike. Victory for Atlanta tonight. They would improve to 37-18.
That changeup, it's almost like split action. Heater's 99, Payne in a half, and then he comes back with a split at 91.
Got him to go, and down he goes on strikes. He strikes out Abreu for the first out in the last of the 8th. Official hospital of the Red Sox is Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, advancing medicine with breakthroughs in research, nationally ranked specialty care, and innovative treatments. You can learn more at bidmc.org. Contreras continues to swing the bat. Wilson with a couple of singles tonight.
He wanted the challenge, but they were out. It'll be a strike anyway.
Batting clip up to 287 with a club high 11 home runs. So on pace to hit 33. That would easily be a career high for him. And Suarez with a 1-1. Floats that one, and a nice running play. Albies will run that one down in the outfield. 2 gone. Wilson bidding for his 3rd hit.
See, Albies is one of the things they really worked on this year. He's really improved that first step. Defensively, he's been a liability the last year or 2. This year, not so much. Plus defender now. A lot of it has to do with that first step. Allowed him to go out and get this ball.
2 up, 2 down. Masataka tonight 0 for 2 of the walk. Massa got drilled by a check swing foul ball by Contreras earlier in the night. This is always scary. A high fly ball headed back this way toward the monster seats, but underneath that to make the grab is Harris to retire the side. Red Sox go in order. So he winds up with 5 earned runs in 5 innings, total of 6 hits.
Yeah, you know, started off that 6th inning. Came out of that game with a couple runners on and ended up scoring, but not that sharp. A little better than the last time out, but 3 walks that matched a season high last time out as well. Fastball, sinker, 4-seam command wasn't there. Usually drops that sinker on the corners and couldn't just find it arm side, especially.
So it's on to the 9th inning. Atlanta with the 7-4 lead. As we start out Monster Week, Lou and I up on the monster seats tonight. Be back in our booth high above home plate tomorrow. Mauricio Dubon has contributed tonight. He walked in the 5th inning right in front of the Olsen home run. He also has a single. So it's 2-3-4 for Atlanta. And Guerrero with a 1-1.
You see the difference between 2 guys that throw 99, he and Suarez, right? Suarez been around a little bit, veteran guy that kind of setting up, hitting corners with his fastball with 99, locating his 99, getting ahead, locating that split.
2-2.
Guerrero kind of, I know he's throwing more strikes down in AAA, but it looks like he's just trying to throw a strike as opposed to locate in, out, up, down.
Comebacker hit wickedly, but he'll handle that. And get Dubon for the out at first, and 1 gone.
That's a big man. He's 6'8". You get a comeback. You're a little off balance. Had a couple of them back to back here. Able to glove them both.
Matt Olson next. Cracked his 15th home run of the year in the 5th inning. A 2-run shot. He's also been hit by a pitch tonight. He has one of their home runs. Harris has the other. Harris has been a big hitting star with 4 hits. He's driven in 3 runs for Atlanta. Foul ball here. Back to his home run swing.
This was back in the 5th. It's a 2-0 game for the Red Sox. You just had something kind of leak out inner half, or that was, I think it was the sinker. That thing long way. 428 to right.
15 homers, 44 runs batted in. About a third of the way into the season. Ozzie Albies on deck for Atlanta. And a right-hander with a 1-2 to Olsen. And buried it. 102 with that sinker. As he strikes out Olsen. 2 up, 2 down.
He's ended up in a pretty good spot here down and away. Again, sinker 102. He let that one eat a little bit.
So 2 up, 2 down. Albies has gone hitless tonight. He's 0 for 4. That spins him around. Get your attention. That registered 103. Albies with a ground out. A couple of flyouts. He's also lined to short. Bases empty, 2 down. Top half of the 9th inning. Atlanta up by 3. Consistently bringing it 100 and north of that. Nobody aboard, and a 2-0. 100 again.
The last couple out of him, we saw 98, 99. Not too many hundreds. He's living there now. Close enough, but it's not 100.
And a 2-1. Change up at 90, 2-2.
See, that's a nice pitch there. You're able to get that thing over consistently. Just to get back into it, even that count out 2-2, and then try to elevate.
Austin Riley on deck. Flared foul out of play. Now Monster Week continues tomorrow and Thursday here on NESN. Another 6:45 first pitch tomorrow night. And in there for strike 3 at 102. Challenge here.
Battery's challenging.
Albies with the challenge for Atlanta. We'll take a look. And it's a strike.
Pitches a strike. Atlanta has 1 challenge remaining.
So it remains a 7-4 game as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning here at Fenway. We're up here on Monster Seats. Jarren Duran put on a show, first making a leaping grab in center, and then singling home the winning run, 7-6 over the Blue Jays, his first walk-off in his career. Red Sox looking for more of that right now. And our appearance on the Monster Seats again.
Knocking in number 43, Ceddanne Rafaela.
Now here comes Iglesias out of their pen. He's just about automatic. It's notched a scoreless appearance in 57 of the previous 60 outings.
They're giving up a run. It's been an impressive run for him. Converted 26 consecutive save opportunities. One behind your guy, Chapman.
Sounds very familiar, yeah. Gasper is 0 for 2 with the walk. Red Sox only have 5 hits in the game, and 3 of them are home runs, solo shots. A swing and drive that one down the line, but a foul ball.
Another changeup from Iglesias. It's a good pitch for him. Fastball 95, 96.
And a 1-2 to Gasper. Line drive into center field and down for a base hit. Red Sox with a promising start. Gasper leadoff knock in the 9th.
second baseman, number 20, Nick Sogard.
And Sogard will be next. He's 0 for 3. A strikeout, a line out, and a ground ball to short. He looks at a strike. Home runs by Duran, Rafaela, and Kiner Falefa tonight. There's a shot down the line. That's going to keep on rolling into the corner. On his way into third, Gasper. He will pull up there, and it's 2 bases for Sogard. Second and third, nobody out.
Pretty good start here. Sogard behind the count. Takes this fastball up and away and just hits it that way. Nobody's playing over there. A little double, get a little action going here. In the 9th inning, you got a guy that doesn't really ever get scored upon. Trying to put one across first and go from there.
Andrew Monasterio 0 for 1. Tarps off at Fenway, second and third. Monasterio taking a strike at 94.
This guy's not allowed to run since August 30th of last year. 28 1/3 innings.
Base hit could make this really, really interesting. A swing and a miss on a change.
Type of situation where you put one on and you rattle him a little bit. Hasn't done it in a long, long time. Things can unravel.
One and two. Gasper at third, Sogard at second. It sucks with some home runs tonight, but really looking for that key hit still. And he missed. 2-2. Kiner Falefa to hit next. Iglesias with a 2-2. And in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. One down.
That's a good pitch. Little 3/4 release. Crossfire. Just getting that outside corner. Tried the pitch before. Just missed. Came right back to it and hit that corner. Right on it.
Kiner Falefa homered his last time up. He'll chop this one up the middle, and that's going to get through for a hit. Red Sox with a couple of runs scoring on the play. Kiner Falefa makes it a 1-run game. Just chopped it right back through the box, and it's 7-6.
So he's been getting his hits, man. He's been swinging it. Wall ball double last night. Solo shot earlier tonight. Then attacks this hit, just beats it in the ground up the middle, finds a hole, knock in 2. The first runs this guy's given up since last August. And now you get the top of the order a shot.
And now Duran will climb in with a runner at first, representing the tying run. He's homered. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Now finally somebody breaks through against Iglesias. Across for a strike. Only one man out. Kiner Falefa at first. Isaiah Kiner Falefa 3 RBIs tonight. He's only had a couple of at-bats. 2-1. Cedar Rafaela on deck. Jaron 1 for 2, a double off this guy. 2-1. There's a bullet. Runner into second, stopping there. Kiner Falefa. The Red Sox have 4 hits here in the 9th inning against Iglesias.
They go have a little chat. Like I said, the man rattled. We haven't given up a run all year, dating back to August. Next thing you know, he's giving up 4 hits left and right. Trying to figure out what's working, what's not, what's going on.
Now that came off the bat of Jarren Duran at 111.7.
That ball was smoked. You know, normally in a ball like that, you're thinking your IKF, you're like, hey, let's get to third base, right? 1 out. Guy down there in right field controlled the ball a little bit, Acuna. I think he made the right decision. What you want to do and what you should do sometimes are 2 different things.
Now Fenway springing to life here tonight in the 9th inning. Here comes Cedon, a home run in the 1st inning. He's gone 1 for 4. 2 on and 1 out, and in for a strike. 7-6 Atlanta. And Iglesias with the 0-1 pitch.
Another really hasn't been touched really in a long time. This is going to be pitch number 20. He's really not used to kind of being in. It's usually quick work for Iglesias.
Abreu on deck. And a 1-1 to Cedon. And a little bit up. 2-1.
Very patient Cedon Rafaela.
Walt Weiss in Atlanta hanging on by their fingernails at Fenway. 2-1 and a ground ball at short. Throw into third and in time for the forced play there for the 2nd out.
Wow. You see that every day. Yeah, I don't think they're going to double them off here, but to choose to go this way, I guess your momentum's going there. Put a trust on Riley to get there. You can do a quick glance and he's not there. You have trouble getting Duran at 2nd. Well, here we go.
So 1st and 2nd for Wilyer Abreu. Right through it for strike 1. Does not have a hit tonight. He did walk and score back in the 6th inning. 2 down in the 9th. In tight for a ball.
So you really got to be short, right? Short and quick. We talked about it with Abreu. Don't get too big if you see a heater here.
They'll pop that one up but foul and out of play. So 1 and 2 on Wilyer. Duran at 2nd. Rafaela at 1st. So excellent speed out there on an extra base hit. Ground ball, bobbled, but he retains it. He flips on to 1st, and Atlanta wins the game by a final score of 7-6. Red Sox made a run in the 9th inning, but when trailing by 3 runs or more, they are now 0-21. 7-6 the final.
Well, it wasn't the best Ranger Suarez we saw in this game, you know, and again, it's kind of flipping here a little bit in the last weekend. You're putting up some runs. 6 runs usually wins a lot of ball games. But Ranger wasn't in his top form, and the bullpen gave up a few more. And again, you come back after a sweep and you lose your first 4 games in this ballpark. You can always say it so many times, you got to figure out a way to win here.
Red Sox now 22-31. They are 9 under 500 for the first time since 22. Stay tuned for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. TC Will and Rich will break it all down. You'll hear from Chad Tracy and also from Ranger Suarez. That and more coming up after the break.